Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Chicago Bears. First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Mitchell Trubisky sacked.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
10-10. The Bears' 33-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
7 yards there and a first down.
10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Tannehill. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Bears nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. He juked him. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He'll look downfield, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Here's Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Down and goal to go.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
And let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Now the second down throw on target. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports.
Bears nothing.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And he fires one, but incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first three drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Let's go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go.
A first down carry for Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
The line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's third and 6. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Makes the score.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that trims the lead down to 9. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Running from the gun with Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Taken down at the...
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is down to 2.
14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
That's got to be a long 58.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He finds an opening past the 40. Quick slant to Brown. And all the way up to the 46. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Nice gain there by the 2nd-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the Bears. From the left hash, this from 39. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. 45 the mark. Here we go. Check, 45.
Tannehill on first down. He finds Corey Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 45 the mark.
To the air again, Tannehill. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up at the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Last year's All-Pro punter Brett Kern comes on for Tennessee, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm gonna put my one for the safe, boy, till there's nothing left. I'm gonna run to the bed until we all got them buckets.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Kevin Byard.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Allen Robinson. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Darnell Mooney, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead.
I I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll run it again with Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the...
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's a man who's now 3rd all-time in rush yards, Frank Gore. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Tennessee
just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup.
At the 32-yard
they show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Henry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
On the carry.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
45 to the mic, 45 to the mic. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 4, check 4, check 3, check 3.
Again, it's Henry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Henry again, the ball carrier.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Get off the field, dude. Check 45 to the mic. Check 45 to the mic. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run. It's Henry. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Complete to David.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He'll look downfield for Humphreys. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Tannehill. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
6-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got this down to the 35. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
That's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his...
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
22 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Quan Jones on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got a man open, it's Wims. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Cohen, the ball.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brought down at the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Trubisky will throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Trubisky's pass.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Stop short of the
good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Patrick DeMarco, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Bears 27, Titans 20.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He's going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the Bears.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
But when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey. In front of the mic. Hey, tight. Check 45.
They snap it to Tannehill. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Back to throw. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tannehill's pass, incomplete. Intended for Rashard Higgins. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. One last throw here for Tannehill. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Bears, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.